Viewers, good evening. You're watching 6 Stories at 6. I'm Shivangi Shukla getting you the latest. Let's start with the top stories you're tracking. Tempers rise, protests intensify and boycott call grows over India-Pakistan Asia Cup face-off. Pakistan rebuilds Lashkar-e-Taiba headquarters after Operation Sindoor destruction. Republic gets exclusive images from Muridke. Firing at Disha Party's Bareilly home happens twice within 25 hours. Republic reveals the full timeline of those events. Prime Minister Modi fires a fresh salvo in Assam, tears into Congress and says Congress backs terrorists and protects infiltrators. And former Chief Justice Sushila Karki is Nepal's first woman Prime Minister, gets Gen Z backing. And the public reports right from the motel where an Indian man was beheaded in Dallas. The incident has sparked fury. And viewers, India versus Pakistan clashes on the field, but fire is on the streets. Calls for boycott exploding across the country from effigies to flags. The protest is only getting louder and louder. Here's more.
Few hours before the India-Pakistan match, there's anger on the streets. The call for the boycott of the match is getting louder. From Karnataka, Lucknow, Kerala and Chandigarh, Pakistani flag and effigies of Pakistani players burnt in protest. A defiant message to Pakistan.
पाकिस्तान मुर्दाबाद 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 की मनमानी सारा बंद हो
मुर्दाबाद पाकिस्तान 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 खून और क्रिकेट एक साथ नहीं चलेगा.
And in the shadow of the Pahalgam terror attack, grief has turned into anger. Families of those killed in the Pahalgam terror attack voiced their anguish. They requested the Indian players to boycott the game.
इस मैच के बाद सबसे बड़ी तस्वीर तो ये होगी कि पाकिस्तान के पास वापस पैसा होगा, पाकिस्तान वापस से खड़ा होगा, पाकिस्तान के उन जो ठिकाने हम ऑपरेशन सिंदूर के समय तोड़े गए थे वो वापस बनेंगे. सबसे बड़ा तस्वीर ये होगी और ये सबसे बड़ा तमाचा होगा उन 26 फैमिली को जो पाकिस्तान देगा.
पाकिस्तान के साथ कोई भी जात का व्यवहार होना ही नहीं चाहिए. आज कल या भविष्य में कोई भी जात का व्यवहार होना ही नहीं चाहिए, क्योंकि वो आतंकी देश है. और आपको मैच खेलना है तो मुझे मेरा भाई 16 साल का है, उसने इतनी गोलियां खा के देश के लिए जान दी, तो मुझे मेरा भाई दो तो फिर आप मैच खेलना.
भारत पाकिस्तान की मैच नहीं खेलनी चाहिए. और अभी तो नरेंद्र मोदी सिंदूर ऑपरेशन अभी पूरा नहीं हुआ है, तो ये मैच की क्या कहाँ से बात आती है? बात आनी नहीं चाहिए कि अभी तो नरेंद्र मोदी जो कर रहे हैं ये सिंदूर ऑपरेशन शुरू है, अभी पूरा तो हुआ ही नहीं, पूरा होने वाला ही नहीं है.
पैसा ही सब कुछ नहीं है. मैं इनसे कहना चाहता हूँ जितने भी क्रिकेटर्स हैं कि आपके सामने जो लोग आप पर बॉल फेंकेंगे, बॉलिंग जो करेंगे, उनके हाथ खून से रंगे हुए हैं, और जो बैटिंग आपके सामने करेंगे उनके भी हाथ जो है वो खून से रंगे हुए हैं, और जो खून है वो हिंदुस्तानियों का खून है.
Their voices ring louder than the cheers of a stadium. India's game against Pakistan is now a matter of pain.
Viewers, India hammered Pakistan in Operation Sindoor. LET's Muridke base was one of the proofs of India going ahead and destroying and striking terror in Pakistan. And months later, LET is now beginning to rear its ugly head. The terror house is picking up the pieces and Pakistan is bankrolling this pet project by depriving its own citizens of flood relief, diverting that money and that flood aid to rescue LET. Here's the proof that the world cannot miss and Pakistan cannot deny.
This was once the terror den of LAT terror outfit, the Murid K terror warehouse. Once a sprawling terror hub, reduced to a rubble in just one lethal strike during Operation Sindoor.
ये मस्जिद तैयबा मरकज उमर कुरा के अंदर।
But what India destroyed in minutes, Pakistan is rebuilding in months. The terror wreckage has been cleared to make way for a deadlier revival. Under the sham of relief for flood victims, crores are being funneled straight into Lashkar Terror headquarters. Camps as photo ops, fundraisers as front, all for terror infra. And make no mistake, this is state-sponsored. Pakistan government openly pledged funds, already handing LAT 4 crore rupees of blood money. Their target, Kashmir Solidarity Day on February 5th next year, and by then Murid K must rise again, reborn as the epicenter of jihad. Just as in 2005 earthquake relief, where billions meant for victims were looted to erect terror camps, Pakistan is replaying the same dirty script. Operation Sindoor may have reduced Murid K to rubble, but Pakistan's terror factory refuses to die. Fueled by deceit, rebuilt with state rupees, and designed for India's destruction.
And viewers, Bollywood actress Disha's family experienced a harrowing night when their Bareilly home was targeted by gunfire, allegedly by the Goldie Brar gang. A member of the Goldie Brar gang claimed that Disha's sister Khushbu had insulted Premanandaji Maharaj. In fact, the firing happened not just once but twice in the last 25 hours. Take a look at this report to know more.
Panic gripped Bareilly after shots were fired outside Bollywood actor Disha Patni's ancestral home in Bareilly. Multiple rounds of shots were fired outside Patni's house in civil lines. Two motorbike-borne assailants opened fire over the alleged insult of Hindu saints Premanand Maharaj and Aniruddhacharya Maharaj. Gangster Goldie Brar claimed responsibility for the attack on social media. Meanwhile, the firing did not happen just once but twice in the last 25 hours. As per the details, few shots were fired in the sky during a recce by the miscreants on Thursday morning 4:30 a.m. While on Friday morning, the same miscreants on the very same Apache bike used during recce fired 8 to 10 shots directly at Patni's home. In both the incidents, the target of the miscreants was not to kill anyone, the purpose was only to spread terror.
गैंगस्टर रोहित गोदारा, गैंगस्टर गोल्डी बरार जो इस समय विदेश में बैठे हुए हैं और वहीं से पूरे नेक्सस को ऑपरेट करते हैं, क्योंकि ये पूरी जो हमले की जिम्मेदारी है वो गैंगस्टर रोहित गोदारा और गोल्डी बरार ने ली है। सोशल मीडिया पे एक पोस्ट भी अपलोड किया गया, एक ऑडियो भी सामने आया जिसमें गैंगस्टर रोहित गोदारा बोल रहा है कि दिशा पटानी के घर पर जो फायरिंग की है वो उनके शूटर्स ने करवाई है, क्योंकि उनका ये कहना है कि संत महाराज जो कि अनिरुद्धाचार्य और प्रेमानंद महाराज जी के जैसे कि विवादित टिप्पणी की है दिशा पाटनी की बड़ी बहन खुशबू पाटनी ने, तो उसी से नाराज होकर जो है गैंगस्टर के शूटर्स ने ये फायरिंग जो है वो इनके घर पे की है।
Meanwhile, Jagdish Patni, Disha's father, spoke to us and said that the miscreants started firing at the house when he peeped to check the surrounding outside on Friday morning. An FIR has also been lodged after the incident. 9 teams of the STF are currently investigating the matter. On the other hand, the security has also been beefed up outside Patni's residence.
पुलिस जो है वो एक्टिव हो चुकी है, फॉरवर्ड रूट और बैकवर्ड जो रूट है बदमाशों के उनको ट्रैक करने की कोशिश की जा रही है। एसपी बरेली से हमारी बातचीत हुई तो जैसे ही ये फायरिंग हुई उसके बाद से ही परिवार को जो है बरेली पुलिस की जो सुरक्षा है वो मुहैया कराई गई। आप ये तस्वीर आप देख सकते हैं, शुक्रवार सुबह 3:30 बजे के आसपास जो है दिशा पाटनी के घर पर फायरिंग होती है, पुलिस मौके पर आती है, मामले की तफ्तीश शुरू की जाती है। उसके बाद से ही 24 घंटे शिफ्ट वाइज जो है बरेली पुलिस को दिशा पाटनी के परिवार की सेफ्टी के लिए जो है वो यहाँ पे पुलिसकर्मियों को तैनात किया गया है और पुलिस जो है सीसीटीवी कैमरे यहाँ पे जो लगे, मैं तस्वीर दिखाना चाहूँगा, आप ये देखिए, इन सीसीटीवी कैमरे में जो थी फायरिंग की जो पूरी वारदात थी वो कैप्चर हो जाती है और इसी के माध्यम से जो पुलिस है बदमाशों के जो फॉरवर्ड रूट और जो बैकवर्ड रूट है उनको ट्रैक किया जा रहा है।
The police have also accessed CCTV footage in which two men can be seen going towards the house. The police have found out that the shooters used 9mm pistols to shoot multiple rounds outside Disha's residence. Meanwhile, Disha Patni's father has requested police protection for the actor. The two bike-borne miscreants continue to be absconding while the police have stepped up its efforts to nab them. Sketches and digital footprints are also being analyzed. This incident has raised serious security concerns in the neighborhood, with investigations currently underway to trace those involved.
And viewers, Prime Minister Modi is on day 2 of his Assam visit, and today he struck a fiery chord from paying tribute to the cultural icon Bhupen Hazarika to slamming the Congress over infiltrators and even accusing the opposition of siding with Pakistan during Operation Sindoor. From infiltrators to the army to Assam's cultural pride, today's speech resonated deeply. At a massive rally in Darang, Assam, Prime Minister Modi did not hold back. The message was clear. PM Modi accused the Congress of betraying the Indian army, aligning instead with Pakistan. PM Modi said that the country bled when the grand old party was in power by pandering to vote bank politics.
कांग्रेस अपनी राजनीति के लिए हर ऐसे व्यक्ति, हर ऐसे विचार के साथ खड़ी होती है जो भारत विरोधी हो। अभी ऑपरेशन सिंदूर के दौरान भी हमने यही देखा। जब कांग्रेस सत्ता में थी तो पूरा देश आतंक से लहूलुहान होता था। कांग्रेस चुपचाप खड़ी रहती थी। आज हमारी सेना ऑपरेशन सिंदूर करती है, पाकिस्तान के कोने कोने में आतंक के आकाओं को उखाड़ फेंकती है, लेकिन कांग्रेस देश की सेना के बजाय पाकिस्तान की सेना के साथ खड़ी हो जाती है। कांग्रेस के लोग हमारी सेना के बजाय आतंकियों को पालने वालों के एजेंडे को आगे बढ़ाते हैं।
From national security, PM Modi then shifted to Assam's most burning issue of infiltrators.
जब यहां कांग्रेस की सरकार थी तो उसने घुसपैठियों को जमीनें दी, अवैध कब्जों को संरक्षण दिया। कांग्रेस ने वोट बैंक के लालच में असम के डेमोग्राफी का संतुलन बिगाड़ दिया। अब बीजेपी सरकार असम के लोगों के साथ मिलकर इस चुनौती का मुकाबला कर रही है। हम घुसपैठियों से आपकी जमीनों को मुक्त करा रहे हैं। जिनके पास जमीन नहीं है, जिन आदिवासी परिवारों को जरूरत है, उनको हमारी सरकार जमीन के पट्टे दे रही है।
PM Modi spoke about how encroachments on farmers' land and even religious sites were allowed under the Congress government, but claimed that the BJP has now reversed that wrong. And then a deeply emotional moment. PM Modi invoked the legendary Bhupen Hazarika, whose 100th centenary birth anniversary is being celebrated.
कांग्रेस पार्टी के अध्यक्ष ने कहा था कि मोदी नाचने गाने वालों को भारत रत्न दे रहा है, लेकिन बेशर्मी के साथ जब किसी और का अपमान होता है तो मुझसे रहा नहीं जाता है। आप मुझे बताइए, भूपेंद्र को भारत रत्न देने का मेरा निर्णय सही है कि नहीं है? पूरी ताकत से बताइए सही है कि नहीं है। भूपेंद्र दा को भारत रत्न दिया, उसका कांग्रेस ने मखौल उड़ाया, वो गलत किया कि नहीं किया? असम के बेटे का, भारत के सपूत का कांग्रेस ऐसे अपमान करती है, बहुत दर्द होता है।
The Prime Minister said that honoring Bhupen Hazarika was not just political, but a personal tribute to Assam's soil. As PM Modi wraps up his tour of Northeast, he mixed development with sharp politics, inaugurating projects worth over 18,000 crore and launching some of his fiercest attacks yet on the Congress. And viewers, now we move on to Nepal. After days of violent protests, Nepal has an interim head, former Chief Justice Sushila Karki, making her the first female Prime Minister of the country. Now, with a new head in place, normalcy has returned to Kathmandu. In fact, the Supreme Court has opened today with normal operations resuming. After taking charge, Nepal's new leader vowed to follow protesters' demand to end corruption as she began work as interim Prime Minister after the Gen Z youth demonstrations ousted her predecessor. She said in a quote here, "We have to work according to the thinking of the Gen Z generation." Take a look. After a scarring chapter of violence and unrest, Sushila Karki took over as the interim head of Nepal, becoming the first female Prime Minister of the country. But she made one thing crystal clear, that she's not interested in power. She further affirmed that she would hand over the nation's responsibility to a new parliament within 6 months. With an interim head in place, normalcy is limping back to Kathmandu. Today, the Supreme Court has reopened in Kathmandu. In tents set up inside the premises of the Supreme Court were reactivated, buzzing with activities.
लोगों को क्या लग रहा था, जो भी काठमांडू में है, मिडिल क्लास लोगों के बच्चे जो एडुकेटेड भी है और उससे नई प्रविधि से सारी चीज़ से है, वो एक्सपेक्टेशन क्या था कि एक पीसफुल प्रोटेस्ट होगा, मगर क्या हुआ कि वो प्रोटेस्ट भड़की गई। किसे भड़की गई, उसमें बहुत सारे स्पेकुलेशन जो हुए थे ना, आशंके अब आ रही है। हिंडसाइट में देखिए कई तरह की वीडियो आ रही थी। किसी को एक्सपेक्टेशन नहीं था कि पार्लियामेंट की जो बिल्डिंग है वो स्टॉर्म हो जाएगा, ऐसा किसी ने नहीं सोचा था।
The appointment of Sushila Karki came after intense negotiations by Army Chief and President of Nepal with Gen Z representatives. Thousands of young activists had used the Discord app to debate the steps leading to naming Karki as their next leader. Consequently, the parliament was dissolved and elections are set for March 5th, 2026, shortly after she was appointed. On Saturday, while addressing a rally in Imphal, Manipur, PM Modi congratulated the interim head Karki. He called for peace and restoration in the country after the violent protests.
मैं आज नेपाल में अंतरिम सरकार की प्रधानमंत्री के रूप में पदभार संभालने पर 140 करोड़ भारतवासियों की तरफ से श्रीमती सुशीला जी को हार्दिक बधाई देता हूं।
It's a crucial chapter in Nepal, and the world is closely watching the new interim head and a promise of change. And viewers, at Dallas, motel manager of Indian origin was brutally beheaded after telling a guest not to use a broken washing machine. The accused committed the horrific crime in front of the victim's wife and children. The victim, Chandra, was managing the Downtown Suites motel when the tragic incident took place. Republic is the only Indian media network reporting from Dallas, even as American media blacks out the beheading of the Indian national. Watch this exclusive ground report sent by Raja Lal. Dallas for Republic, and right to outside the motel from where the alleged murder took place.
This incident happened in Dallas, Texas, in a motel called Downtown Suites, right across a golf course where I'm standing right now. This place is very close to Interstate 30. The incident described as Yordanis Kobos Martinez, an illegal resident in the United States, attacked the manager of this Downtown Suites, Mr. Chandramouli Nagamalaya. Nagamalaya asked Martinez not to use a broken washing machine using a translator. Martinez got angry and he attacked Nagamalaya using a machete. Nagamalaya ran out of the motel and Martinez followed him. He attacked him and cut his throat, and he removed his head out of his body. He kicked his head into the parking lot, and later on he put that head into the nearby dumpster that was situated right next to the motel office. We approached the motel staff and they were not ready to comment on the incident. We tried to speak to many people in this area and none of them were ready to come in front of the camera and comment on this incident. Martinez is now under police custody and the incident is now being investigated by the police.
And viewers, so this is me, Shivangi Shukla, signing off from 6 Stories at 6. But do not go anywhere. We will be back tomorrow at the same time, same place. Keep watching Republic TV.
This week on Get Me Right, anatomy of the social media fires that gutted Nepal. Is the Gen Z's disconnect with reality so dangerous as to burn down their own country? Or did the people of Nepal pay the price of decades of corruption and misgovernance by its leaders? Was it a tinderbox waiting for a fuse to go off? This weekend, Saturday and Sunday, only on Republic TV.
Bharat 1 Minute brought to you by Canara Bank. Together we can.
Women workers of Shiv Sena staged a protest in Mumbai with Sindoor opposing the India versus Pakistan match in Asia Cup is scheduled today. Party chief Uddhav Thackeray said that Shiv Sena women workers will come out on the streets in Maharashtra and send Sindoor from every house to PM Modi. A joint counter-terrorist mock exercise was conducted at Delhi airport this morning. This exercise aimed at bolstering threat response mechanisms, enhancing tactical preparedness and ensuring seamless coordination among all security and emergency response agencies. And a massive fire broke out in the morning. This is in Panoli. Thick smoke and flames were visible from a distance as multiple fire tenders rushed to the spot and began firefighting operations. No casualties and injuries were reported.
A major disaster struck in Gujarat this morning as a major fire erupted at the Sanghvi Organics plant in the GIDC Panoli. Thick plumes of smoke and towering flames sent alarm rippling through nearby villages, forcing residents to rush out of their homes in fear. Workers were quickly evacuated. Authorities sounded alerts for residents in Sanjali and surrounding areas as the fire tenders rushed in to douse the blaze. More than half a dozen fire engines were seen battling the flames for hours. The exact cause of the fire is still under investigation. Panoli GIDC is a major industrial hub in Bharuch, housing dozens of chemical units. Such incidents raise serious questions about safety protocols and emergency preparedness in these high-risk zones. Investigations will now determine whether negligence led to this inferno.